Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Today, coming at you with a little bit of a double review here. We have Guardians of the Galaxy Vol.3, Mantis and Nebula from the Marvel Legends Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure Cosmo Wave. Whatever. Messing this up too many times. Of course, on the front of the packages here, we have a nice render of the characters along with a picture on the back. If I can angle it so you can see Mantis's, that'd be nice. Then on the side, we have that same picture with each character. On the back, we have a render of the figure along with their accessories and their Build-A-Figure pieces. On the sides of both, of course, we have the image of Cosmo and all the figures needed to complete her. On the tops, we have the Guardians logo. Not much else on the bottom, so let's crack these figures open and see what they're like. And here we have the figures out of the packaging, and they're pretty nice. Of course, Nebula does come with 4 accessories: an extra hand, a sword that you can plug in, and we'll show that off here in a minute or two. Comes with a little pistol gun, and the same gun Kang had. I don't really know why she has this, outside of it was an extra thing to throw in. I don't know. Personally, I would have rather gotten, like, her arm cannon, make it so you could replace the front of her hand and then just pop something else on that takes up, like, to here and makes a cannon. I would have preferred that, but it's okay. What we got is fine. Quickly taking the gun out of her hand. It is just a reuse. I think these came with, like, the Kree soldiers or something. It's a very common gun. Not very special, but it's nice. It's just something to have. But actually looking at the figures here, I guess let's quickly go over articulation, and then I can just talk about the figures and what I like, what I don't like after that. So Nebula here, if I can push the head up, can look up about that far. Look down about that far. Arms go into a nice, actually they go over a T-pose. Bicep swivel, double jointed elbow. And her hand does a full 360 rotation. Moves up and down. And then she does have a little ab movement here, which is nice to see. Legs kick up about that high. So not too high, but it's still nice. Thigh cut. Double jointed knee, and she does have a little boot cut here, which is good to see on any figure. Feet kick out that far, kick up that high, and she does have some ankle pivot. Now I will say these ran out of space, and I don't remember what I was gonna say. It's like 2 days later now that I'm actually getting around to finishing this video. So please do excuse that, but I have no idea what I was talking about. So, I guess moving on to Mantis'S Articulation. Just lay Nebula down. So, because of Mantis's hair, she can't really look up any or look down. It's just side-to-side motion. And even then, it's not a large range. It's okay, but not really what you'd want. And I do kind of wish they'd start doing, like, softer goods. And I know it's already soft plastic on the hair. I don't know. I just like something so you can get more movement out of the characters with longer hair. Because then you get ones like Thor, or if it's draped down, you get no movement at all. Alright, moving on, though. Her arms do go out into a nice old T-pose. Bicep swivel. There we go. Double jointed elbows. Hands do a full 360 rotation. They do move up and down. And this goes for both hands. She also has the abdomen joint. Ab joint? I don't know what you'd call it. Just allows for wide range here. Legs kick up about yay high. Probably could go higher, but at risk of indenting a figure where you just some of these figures, since they're made with softer plastics than the older ones, if you move up the leg too high, like right in there, it'll like push the plastic down and make a very light blue. So, yeah. She does have a thigh cut, double jointed knees, foot kicks out that far, and she does also have shin rotation. Of course, does full 360, foot kicks out yay far, kicks up that high, and she also has some ankle pivot there. So really my biggest problem with the Mantis figure is just the fact she has no accessories. Like, this is what you get with her. There's nothing else. You know, at least Nebula, let me get her back in frame here, had this hand, 2 guns to put in it, even if they didn't make a lot of sense, and a sword, which I will quickly pop out the hand that's in there. There we go. All you do is just put the sword in, like so. And there you go. Yeah, I do wish we would have gotten the arm cannon instead of, like, this, but it's fine. Of course, their hand does come off. It's nicely, what would be the word, textured. You know, it looks like it does in the film, all that fun stuff. Yeah, but so far I would say Mantis has been the disappointment of the wave. Just because I feel like you could have at least given her fisted hands or something so, you know, she could be in a fighting pose. Same goes for Nebula, too. But at least she has a sword and she has guns to use. Like, you know, for a cool action pose. Where Nebula doesn't. Or where Mantis doesn't. So, I don't know. If you want to build the entire Guardians team, Mantis would probably work really well for like a Gamora figure. Because all you'd really have to do is just paint her hand green and do a head swap, you know. Just pop the head off here. Oh! What hit the floor? Moon Knight fell. Dang it. Yeah. This table you see down here, let me move my camera a bit better. It's just an old ping pong table where the legs are pieces of crap. So it doesn't take a lot to just absolutely shake everything. But yeah, Mantis, kind of a disappointment. Nebula's okay, but still not the greatest. So I'm going to pop the sword back out here. Let's see. There we go. Pop the hand in. And we're just going to give her a gun. Yeah. That's the other thing, is because these characters have the high heels, they fall over really easily. Like, it really doesn't take much to knock them down. So that is going to, if like you've had issues in the past with it, that's going to continue to be a problem here. But moving on to the scaling and comparisons here. Nebula comes in at a solid 6 inches tall, whereas Mantis is, what is that? 6 1/4 tall. Ow! I went to hit this button on my tape measure to retract it back, and my finger was sitting in the way. It's not the greatest feeling. But putting these figures up next to the only other one I've reviewed in the wave, we have Star-Lord. And I gotta say, I think he'll end up being my favorite. I'm gonna call it now before I'm even done reviewing them all. He's the favorite one. And that's the only figure I have to compare him to, because I do not own the other Mantis or any other Nebulas. So, I do apologize, but as the wave progresses, we'll have more to compare. But thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy the video, please consider hitting that like button and subscribing. We're on our way to 150 subs, and if you wouldn't mind helping me get there, that would be much appreciated. So, without wasting any more of your time, thank you for watching, and goodbye.